Alright, I'm recording this video just because I'm not sure at all what my reaction should be to this clip that I'm about to show you. I'm not sure how to react or how to respond to it. I've asked some people about it and I've gotten differing responses from different people. What I'm about to show you is a scene from the White House Correspondents' Dinner, which took place, I guess, a couple nights ago. Which, on the one hand, it's just I loathe events like this. I loathe everything about them. It's just a big circle jerk. It's the political class getting together and, giving each other hand jobs, or giving themselves one big collective hand job. It's pretty disgusting, pretty appalling. But the idea behind this event is you're supposed to have a speaker come on who's sort of like the court jester, I guess, who makes fun of everybody, and says certain things that touches the untouchables, I guess, says certain things that make fun of everybody who's a part of this whole circle jerk. And from what I've seen, and the speaker was Trevor Noah, who I don't know that well because I don't like politics. I don't watch political shows. I don't watch, so I'm not that familiar with these guys who just, it's their bread and butter to talk about politics all the time, especially not the lefty-leaning ones, which is most of them. But from what I saw, and I had to watch a little bit of it just to get a sampling of this event. From what I saw, he did a pretty good job, a reasonably good job, spreading it around. Not just making it a bash the right kind of thing. But anyway, that doesn't change the fact that this entire event is something that's just disgusting. I think, in my estimation, anyway. But watch what he says here. This is really interesting. I mean, again, if we can just take our own personal view of this event and everything that it represents out of the equation, and just try to look at it, in a way that's clinical. Let's just say, let's call it clinical. It's pretty interesting what goes on, what you're going to see next. Let me show you.
But man, what a room this is, huh? Look at this room. Everyone is here tonight. We've got politicians, huh? We've got the media, we've got celebrities, basically anyone who's been to Jeffrey Epstein's island. This is an exclusive event. In fact, coming in, I heard Meghan McCain telling the bouncer, "Do you know who my father was?"
Okay, so anyhow, let's go back again. I don't really the joke about Meghan McCain. It doesn't really interest me that much, but the fact that he mentioned Jeffrey Epstein's island. Everyone here has been to Jeffrey Epstein's island.
Island. This is an exclusive event. In fact,
we've
got the media, we've got celebrities, basically anyone who's been to Jeffrey Epstein's island. This is an exclusive event.
So, I guess that my perspective is, yes, you're supposed to say certain things that are unsayable. That's what the court jester is meant to do. That's what they bring. That's what they bring him in to do. He's supposed to mention things that no one else is allowed to mention. But that said, I have a real just all of the. It's pretty wild that he would bring up Jeffrey Epstein's island here. That he would say, everybody here, look at all this, is such a great event we've got celebrities, we've got politicians, we've got journalists, we've got everybody who's been to Jeffrey Epstein's island. I don't know. Just like the implications of that, the very implications of that, because he's not making fun of the people who say, he's not making fun of quote unquote paranoid people who used to be called paranoid. They can't really be called paranoid anymore. If you look at the flight logs and know who Jeffrey Epstein was and all the powerful people that he was friends with, and again, the operation that he was running and what it represented, and what that in itself said and says about the ruling elite. It just seems like something that you wouldn't want your court jester, you wouldn't want your host to mention. It seems like it would be a little too spicy to mention, because and you note that there wasn't, the reaction was not from the audience. That was they didn't laugh. They did not laugh at that. This was, unlike Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globes a couple of years ago, where they actually did laugh at, even though some of them were obviously offended, when they showed him in close-ups. This time around, listen to their response again.
Everyone is here tonight. We've got politicians, we've got the media, we've got celebrities, basically anyone who's been to Jeffrey Epstein's island. This is an exclusive event.
All right, not much of a, there was kind of a little bit of a buzz, but not it wasn't a big laugh line. Because who's gonna be sitting there and yucking it up at a line like that when you're there, right? When you are the one who's been indicted by that statement, right? You can't really laugh about it. You just kind of have to sit there uncomfortably. Now it passes pretty quickly. He doesn't stay there on the subject of Jeffrey Epstein, but the fact that he mentions it at all, and the fact that he collectively condemns everyone in the room as having been, as being complicit in some way, does that not make him complicit too? By the way, is he the only one who's untouched by the evil that he condemns amongst this exclusive elite group that is here, fading themselves so disgustingly? Or is this one of those moments where you just have to acknowledge the truth, where, as I've said before, the only way you make the entirety of the population complicit is to make it obvious. And I've said this a couple of times before. I really do think this is part of the way in which they operate, because they have to operate this way, because it wouldn't work for them any other way. They could have made 9/11 look. They could have made it look watertight. They could have just taken out any possible glitches and just made it look like there was no other reasonable explanation for anything besides the official story. But they didn't do that. Why not? Do they not have the resources? I think they have they've got billions and billions and billions of dollars and all the money and influence and power that you can shake a stick at. So why do they do such a lousy job? Unless the whole idea was to not make it airtight, to make it so that the glitches, the anomalies are so obvious that we should all see them. And the fact that we see them but don't do that we see them but choose to look away, that makes us complicit as well. That indicts us as well. And so, a moment like this, this doesn't just indict the crowd that Trevor Noah is addressing, this crowd of elites giving each other a collective hand job at this loathsome event, but in a way this indicts all of us, because we know who they are, we know what they do, and yet we choose not to. We choose to go on as if everything were hunky-dory, and we choose to not all in our own way to not pay attention to what's obvious, what's right there in front of our faces. I can't speak to the conscience of Trevor Noah, although I would suspect that he's compromised. How do you get to a position like the one that he has gotten to without being compromised? But at the same time, you never know. You never know. So I will reserve judgment on that score. But I do think that regardless of his own the state of his own conscience, the fact that this joke was made, that it was allowed to be made at this event, and what that shows about the White House, not just the White House press corps, but the entire culture of the elite and the entire culture of the nation, of those of us who see it, because how can we not see it, right? How could we miss it? It's right there. It's glaringly obvious. We see it, but we pretend not to see it. And when we do that, we are complicit in it. That's my take on this phenomenon, let's call it. Please leave your comments below if you care to. Let me know what you think if you have some thoughts on the matter. My name is Andy Nowicki. Thank you for watching.